And then this same person has now turned into keyboard warrior. What planet are you on? You know, you're hiding your comments here. Let's have it out. Let's have it real. So that was the idea, and it should have all worked well, apart from Quicksilver. Welcome to Bamford Rose and another forum chat. This week I saw a post on a Facebook group, and it was a fair point. It asked a good question: why do upgraded exhaust manifolds cost so much to make? Any upgraded exhaust manifold is going to have a flange which bolts the exhaust manifold to the engine. That's going to be laser cut. Piece price per unit, 20 quid. We're then going to have 3 bends per primary pipe, and there are 4 primary pipe runners per side, so that's 240 quid. The collector assembly, whether you make it, whether you buy it, let's call that 75 quid. We've then got an exit pipe and a flange, call that 20 quid. The catalyst itself, the cones, well, the catalyst itself 150 quid, the cones, the flanges 75 quid. So now in raw materials we've got £580 per side, or in total £1,160 just to have the metal on the bench to make the kit. We've then got about 60 hours in fabrication time, and any fabrication shop, even a cheap one, is going to run at £50 an hour. With gases, consumables, abrasives, all that sort of stuff, it's going to be £2,500 to take that £1,160 worth of raw materials and actually craft a manifold out of that. We've then got to fit it to the car, remap the ECU, and do everything necessary on the car. Let's say that's a day's labour, 650 quid. So already we're at or above just £4,300, not including VAT. But if you include VAT, it's now about 5.2, totaling through everything I've just mentioned there. And a Bamford Rose, our performance upgrade kit, is 5, because I think going any higher than that takes it away from being an impulse purchase and something you really have to consider. So if you stack up all of those costs, then we're actually not looking too good on our revenue for that one. But we sell that upgrade kit, it's not our only bite of the cake. We want the customer back for service, repairs, so we're not looking to make the biggest bang for buck out of selling that product. So the question said, oh, you know, compared to Porsche, why is it so expensive? Well, say a manifold for your Porsche, they sell so many thousands of those across the world that instead of us having to buy each individual pipe bend and weld together the primary pipe, they can just have this mandrel bent. It's done somewhere in China, and they're shelling these manifolds like they're shelling peas. So yeah, the costs will come down significantly. Although we make a lot of these, we don't make enough or sell enough to be able to productionalize the manifold to that extent. So we have to keep going the hard way, the expensive way, which is to buy in all of those individual pieces to make up the manifold. And then when you have to add up all of those costs, that's where you get to the big numbers. So yeah, it's a high price, but after making it, you know, we're covering bases, obviously, but the way that this post was written is as if someone's printing money off the back of making this kit and fitting it. That's not close to the case. So whilst that first question was valid, yeah, you've struggled to understand why the cost is so high, but now I hope you can appreciate it. Someone came on and said, well, it's probably to do with the R&D. Well, yeah, that's true, because all the prices that I've just gone through there, the raw material and making it and the manpower and the fitting it, that doesn't actually include any R&D to actually know what to make, how to make it. And then this same person has now turned into keyboard warrior and said, well, it especially when Bamford Rose is concerned, well, I know where their R&D was done, and you're alluding to the fact that it wasn't us. What planet are you on? You know, to make a manifold, to fit it to a car, to remap the engine management system, you're going to have to be an ex-performance development engineer. This is serious stuff. In all of the aftermarket companies, name me one person that worked at any automotive company at any level apart from me. Okay? When it comes to dyno testing, I have got reams worth of paper from dyno tests that we did on cars. All of that development work was done at Bamford Rose. You're hiding your comments here. Let's have it out. Let's have it real. When Bamford Rose started this business, we had an idea of making a manifold, but we didn't have any presence in the marketplace. So what we did is took our idea to Quicksilver, and they already made silencers. So for us to say that our manifold is made by Quicksilver, when we first started in the business in 2011, this will give us some credibility when we have none, because we're a new company. So that was the idea, and it should have all worked well. Apart from Quicksilver couldn't manufacture to any quality standard that was acceptable. Appearance, fit finish, absolutely everything, you name it, it was wrong. And in the development process, you know, I'm a performance development engineer, I'm used to how companies work, quality of workmanship. During that prototyping phase, that was all of our staff down at Quicksilver to actually make the prototype. They've got no clue on how to make manifolds because they're a silencer company or a catalyst company. Didn't know how to make manifolds at all. When it came to production, again, their production isn't manifolds, it's just silencers. So we struggled to get through prototyping with them. And then when it came to manufacturing, the quality just wasn't there. So we had to end the contract. We couldn't carry on having that product on our cars. We then went to RS Fabrications, who was a fabrication company, and they've never done anything in the Aston world before. And we went there with our manifold as a template, plus a load of tooling, because we developed, that was our tooling. RS Fabrications, they've got a welder there who isn't there anymore. R stands for Russell, S stands for Shane, and Shane is a welding genius. Anything he makes, it looks like a robot has made it because it's absolutely perfect. He's extremely good. And for a few years, RS Fabrications made our exhaust manifolds and catalysts for us. And the product was absolutely perfect. What then happened was they changed our design slightly so that flange point to flange point, start point to end point, it wasn't identical to ours, but it obviously had its origins in our system. And then they were selling that to other Aston Martin specialists. Obviously that's unacceptable. We never had a very strict confidentiality agreement, and you know, that was our fault. So our product got ripped off, sold to other specialists, so we ceased any business with RS Fabrications. We were having quite a lot of manifolds made by them at that time, and what we did is we employed a fabricator that used to work for RS Fabrications in our own fabrication shop, because RS were making so many that Shane needed help. So after being bitten by 2 suppliers, we took it inside, employed a very good fabricator, so that now we've got the quality of equipment that we manufacture and sell today, which if you compare it on a bench side by side any of the others, any of the other kit doesn't even come close to our quality. Shane has since left RS Fabrications. I don't think they really do much in the Aston world. And the S now stands for his wife, Sarah. But really, the S in RS Fabrications was Shane, and he was a welding guru. So now he's gone. RS Fabrications are just a normal fabrication company. For some reason, in forum chats, Facebook groups, Pistoners, whatever it is, RS Fabrications, they keep coming up, and I don't know why. It's just legacy from them making some old equipment. But, you know, to say, I know where the R&D was done and it wasn't what you think. Well, I've just told you what all the R&D was. It was me. It was this company. It was Bamford Rose. We are all ex-factory people. RS Fabrications, Quicksilver, any of these other companies, no one has got in-depth knowledge of engines, engine management systems. So who do you think did it? Yet you run your mouth off on a forum.